Ready. Well, welcome viewers one-on-one to Akambi TV Live. Once again, we are back here on the table. Here with us, we have been blessed with without wasting the time. If I may start from the one in violence.
Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm Martha Nalungu, a youth from Kakamega. I'm a youth representative from Malawi. Thank you.
Wow.
I am Aman Biret from Nandi County, Crown Senator.
I'm Juliet Amondi from Nairobi County, Education and Secretary.
I'm Elsa Diambo from Kisumu County, standing in for the youth as a lawyer.
Wow. I can see after this one, each and every one of us are going to have a tea because I can see we have senators, the education programmers here. To our right hand side, please, my sister, may you assist the viewers to know your visitors.
I'm your host, Sanja Rai. I'd like to welcome you, my guest from the right. May you do your introduction part? Kindly, start here.
Presenting Western TV. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Helen John, news reporter.
Hi, I'm Chelanga Sharon from Kericho, Mama County. For near future, I'll be Mama County in Kericho County.
Wow.
Yeah.
My name is Dalmutieno, youth leader, human rights activist from Kisumu. Thank you.
County.
My colleague, I can see we have great people in our studio today. I think as a Cambridge fraternity, we are blessed.
Yes, thank you all.
Questions. We're going to ask you any question concerning the gens, because if I see the faces here, one-on-one, let's go to the question. My viewers from different places are asking that. Dave, please. There's a upcoming Gen Z president. So let him tell us what he think about politics. What did you say, sir?
Help us.
My viewers are asking, what does Gen Z think about politics?
Generation as Gen Z, they are taking the politics as a negative thing because of what is happening in our country now. When you look at the infrastructures, the way the government is doing their work, it makes Gen Z to look it on a negative side, that politics is not a good thing that put him on.
I can see you have that potential, and I'm so much grateful for that. Any person who have the addition or the subtraction on what your...
Yes. I beg to differ with the current upcoming president of Gen Z, saying that Gen Z are not in good terms with politics. I think Gen Z was held by the former deputy president. All of them, there's no Gen Z there. So I think if Gen Z is given an opportunity in the politics trend right now, they'll just get involved, but they do not.
My sister, what can you say according to that?
According to me, I think Gen Z are involved, either they are not given that chance. Let's go to our MP representative from Kisumu. Do you think the Gen Z are being involved?
I beg your pardon to repeat the question, please.
Do you think the Gen Z are being involved in politics?
For me, I don't think they are involved, because if you look at the data there, so there's no involvement of Gen Zs in politics or in government.
Doing very well. As per now, as we talk, you know the Gen Z president, who is the MP of Mbakasi. Am I right? Our one and only Babu Owino is the currently president of the Gen Z, according to me. And my friend, I hope you have that capability to take control on the Gen Z. Another question from one of our good viewers. She's asking that does the Gen Z movement is sharpening Kenyan politics? how the Gen Zs are behaving in Kenya. Are they sharpening the politics strategies, something like that? Because if you see, last year around, was it July, where we had the protest between the Gen Z and the government. Whatever. So there's one of our viewers asking that does the Gen Z movement is sharpening Kenyan politics? Huh?
I think the upcoming of Gen Z,
Yes.
to some extent, I can say they are trying to sharpen the Kenyan politics. I think that there is a problem with Gen Z. Gen Z are seeing that they are not involved much. When you see the employment, most people employed are people above 40 years and above, meaning that Gen Z are not employment, and I've seen their president, by 2027 they might be represented very well. So as Gen Z is trying to sharpen the Kenyan politics, they are
I'll come with you, my friend. What did you say is your name?
Owino Derek.
Owino Derek. And what is your occupation so far? I
Occupation.
can see you are so much learned.
We have so many degrees, but there is no employment.
I
But
know. The problem with us, according to you have a lot of degrees and masters.
yeah.
That's good. Another question is coming from one of our viewers.
Maybe I mean, so do you think as a Gen Z leader at your age, if given a chance to lead the country, can you do it?
For me, that question, the Gen Z who believe that the president of Gen Z is Babu Owino. It's good you say you for yourself, you know it for yourself, but the Gen Z is not that their president is Morara Kebaso. Yes.
So as Morara Kebaso, do you think you can lead the country?
Gen Z are the one to answer that.
But you are also
As a leader, you
Gen
can
Z,
be
as
a
a
leader,
leader.
right?
If given chance, I can do it.
Tell us 3 things that you can do as a leader to avoid,
It's like you are saying you want to see my man. How do you go? You can even ask them.
So the Gen Z, please
You
tell
can
us.
ask
Tell
them.
us. Tell us the Gen Z.
yes,
Elsa.
I think when you are discussing with the other Gen Z, I think all of us have the right to know. And as Gen Z, we demand that we be involved in politics. Some of us don't know the ideas that we discuss. So I think as the
Did you get that?
So it's like you are demanding you want the manifesto.
Yes.
I can give you an alternative way. You can go on social media and this knows themselves. Here we have come to discuss about the challenges that are facing Gen Zs. You have not come here to do the campaign. It's like you are saying I do the campaign on the national television, of which is not right. Just to listen to the people. I may urge our president only to listen to the people. That is the only thing. If he will sit down and accept to listen to the people, some of the problems that
Kenya, what are these 2 challenges that you are facing?
we are facing, many challenges, even the challenges we are facing, it is impossible.
Okay, I have a question for the president.
Upcoming president.
Okay, sorry. Thanks for the correction. For the upcoming president, we have seen the last year Gen Z went for protest. The main issue was the budget, and this budget was brought in because they did not involve them in making that budget. As the upcoming Gen Z president, what is your plan to ensure that Gen Z are involved politically once you are elected as their president?
Are involved in what?
Are
In
involved
government
politically?
operations, in making. First of all, we normally say that we are the future generation that we should lead the country. Of which, if you see the current state, those people in the government, they are not Gen Zs. They are not Gen Zs. Even you can prove yourselves. They are the people that they are old and they are supposed to just to go to occupy those positions. We will able to come up with the plan how we can lead the country in a good way, whereby every person will not have some challenges that we are facing now. we are facing now, the challenges that we are facing now, and people are not happy. We did, for example, if you come nominations simply because you say that there is no enough funds for the examination for the students, but there are, as Gen Zs, we will know how to come up with a plan whereby we will solve the problems.
And do you think there is, in the upcoming election, there is any opportunity with Gen Z working together with the former Deputy President or Martha who formed?
The Gachagua, is a Gachagua Gen Z?
That's what I'm asking, because we need to be clear.
No, we are coming as Gen Zs. They are also coming, they are not Gen Zs. People like Matiang'i, they are not Gen Zs. Gachagua, they are not Gen Zs.
Their own party.
They will, with their own government, their own party.
Okay, thank you.
According to what our upcoming president of the Gen Z, do you think there's some changes that President Ruto has done for the Gen Z since you began your protest and the riots across the country?
Nothing.
There's no change?
There is no change.
Is there any change, my visitors, that the president has done?
Being involved in the step that the government are taking. I'm going to use the example of the bursary. The bursary funding model right now is in crisis, and they're involving citizens and taking their opinions. So I think due to that, so I think there's a bit of change.
The Gen Z's protests, even citizens were still being involved in those bursaries.
No, I beg to differ on that. I was involved during making it. And we see that when the making of the budget that is soon being to be read, the citizens were involved. This why? Because the Gen Z protested. And another reason concerning bursary funding model they are planning to give it to national government.
Well, I can see that to have a sleepless night, my viewers. One of in Kenya is now his government is paying the price. Is that true, my visitors? That the President Ruto nowadays he's underestimating the Gen Z. Who can tell us more about that? Because according to me, is the Gen Z, but I'm also Gen Z, but we must caution and point out and extract out the problems that the Gen Z are also causing to the government. That, the president, our president, His Excellency William Ruto, is underestimating you people.
First, I think the president is underestimating the power of Gen Z because they seem to act ignorant. And you have said something about parliament. We went to parliament because the power is all theirs, and in real sense, we are the ones who elected them there in order to rule us. But as for that government, we were speaking, but they were ignoring us. So I think your issue of parliament has nothing to do with that. We just wanted our voice to be heard, and through that going to parliament, our voice was heard. And I think the president is asking for is for our voice to be heard, for the president to stop promising things. We need actions. We are not in the time for campaigning. It's like the president is campaigning or need promises. And I think this should go to Mr. President. We respect you as our president, but all we're asking for as Gen Z is that you should implement your promises. Stop promising us over and over.
We have a lady who is going to be the upcoming President Gen Z. I think that position of yours is going to be shifted as soon as possible.
Why are you talking on her behalf?
What do you think of this? What are the attributes or what are the characters that you need in a leader?
The characters that we need in a leader.
Yes, as Gen Z.
First, as in Gen Z, we need a leader that can listen to us. We need a leader that can bring ideas to the table and say, I'm planning to do this and this. What is the idea? We need a leader that you can come together and reason with. We don't need a leader that imposes on ideas on us. As Gen Z, we have our own ideas. So I think the main point or the main character that we need in a leader as Gen Z We need someone who can come together with us. I think that's the main character.
So what's your biggest fear as a Gen Z?
Our biggest fear is Gen Z. I think so far, according to me, I think Gen Z are not afraid of anything, because if they were afraid, then they wouldn't have been able to go to parliament during their protest. I think Gen Z is just for government because they are afraid. I think Gen Z are not afraid of anything.
Thank you.
That is a very tough backup.
If you may give me a chance to emphasize on what she has said, Gen Z are afraid of many things. First of all, we are afraid of the abductions. You can even ask the Gen Zs themselves, the abductions that are taking place, they are making us to fear.
Criticism online. They continue criticizing the government. Why did they not stop after abduction? It's because they are not afraid of abduction.
It's according to you, but for the Gen Zs, they fear abductions. Even if you may ask them, after the abduction cases were mostly being reported, the Gen Zs came about to a law state whereby some of them, they feared, they leave the things that they were doing in order to be heard. The things they were doing, some of them, they come down and just cool are reported each and every day. So when the abduction started, the Gen Zs were mostly doing the demonstrations weekly. But immediately the abduction started, some of them they feared. Even if you look that number of the protestants that were on a street, it decreased because they fear. So like you can't tell us that Gen Zs they are not fearing anything.
I beg to differ with you on that. According to the protest on the road, I think Gen Z took the protest online. They saw that protesting on road are killing them. So the best way they did is to take them online. They did not subside the protest. They continue protesting the government, but through online. Up to date, they are still airing their view through online. It's not a matter of going to the road, but as long the government can hear our voice at Gen Z, they took another way and took the protest to online. So I beg to differ with you on that, Mr. Upcoming President.
Gen Zs feared doing the protest on streets because they were being abducted. So that's why they decided to go and started doing the protest online. Because they feared on streets, they were being abducted. If you said that they were not fearing anything, so that if they are not fearing anything, they should continue doing the demonstration on streets. Why did they come and started doing the demonstrations online? Simply because they fear being abducted on streets.
Okay, as the upcoming president, I need you to clarify something for us. Are you saying the Gen Z have stopped criticizing the government? I want a yes or no answer. Are you saying the Gen Z has stopped criticizing the government, or they are still criticizing the government?
They are still criticizing the government, but they have.
But
they have to.
We are running out of the time. Most of us, we have several places that we want to go, and the new people in the room, they also want to join us. Our time, I can see, is limited,
but we don't fear CUSCO.
Yes.
They defend our rights.
They have said they fear abduction.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have visited us. If I check, I can see there's no any additional on what we have just said. What I can say, thank you for your coming to our studio today. And if you go back there, please tell your people, tell other viewers that this is a very good channel, and we want more viewers and subscribers. I've been your host, Dave Onyango, and my sister here.
I've been your host, Sanchare. Thank you for the wonderful time.
Have a blessed evening.
So